On here, and welcome to this week's video. This week we've had another water leak, which we lost all water up to the house. So we'll show you what we've done there, and we also got a new addition to So we've just come to Cavia. It's beautiful countryside out here. We're not in the town centre because we've just come to have a look at a few things what we might need at some point. I'll just show you what they are. So I've come to look at a couple of tractors. Yeah, they've got quite a few on here. We haven't really chosen one. Don't really know what we're looking at, to be honest, apart from tractors. There's one there, it's a bit older than what I'd like. But it's a Kubota. They do say they're quite good, but I don't know, it's a bit old and yeah, maybe a bit older than what we want. Shibura, I've never really heard of. I don't know whether they're any good or not. There's a couple of Mitsubishis, but we're undecided what size and what have you we want. We don't want anything too big because we haven't got a lot of land. But we want something so we can cut grass as well. So there's a nice little one at the end, but I'm not sure whether it's maybe too small. Quite like the Yanmaz. There's one here, and there's another one down the bottom's a bit tidier. The Aseki at the end's probably too big, and it's only two-wheel drive. They do have quite a lot of equipment here as well, so we'll see if we can get a deal if we decide on one. I don't know whether there's a fire at the other side of the hill actually, because I've just been looking and there's a helicopter flying about up there. I don't know whether you can see that. So yeah. So just a quick look down them. Yeah, there's a Yamaha there again, but I think that's maybe a bit bigger than what we want. Maybe a bit older as well. There's two or three at the end which quite fancy. So we're just on our way back from the tractor place in Cavia, and we've been held up by we think it's the bike race. I don't know whether we'll see any of it from here. I think it goes from further down the road. There's a junction a bit further on, so it might be from down there. But yeah, police are stopping everybody, either sending them into the car park and round, or us because we're heading back towards Fundau. we've just been parked on the road. So I don't know whether you can see just under the trees. There's quite a lot of cyclists and what have you going on. I can't get any closer than here from where I am. I've had to leave my car and parked in the road. So I'm sure the police will come and tell me off very shortly. But you can see a few people down there who are watching the race, and we've seen one or two motorbikes and things go past. I haven't actually seen the crowd of cyclists yet. I'll just go a bit further and see if I can get them as they come. So all I've seen at the moment is a few support vehicles and motorbikes and stuff go past. I'll just keep an eye on it for a bit and see what happens. So there's certainly a lot of support vehicles about at the moment. Here come the bikes. I don't know whether you can see any of that. But quite in the distance from where I am. Now that they're here, I think I better head back to the car. And as you can probably hear, there's the motorbike helicopter up above. Don't know whether I can get that. There it goes. I think that's doing something to do with the race. It's been hovering about for a while. And the support vehicles following it along. So as Debbie said the other day, the borehole pump was clicking on and off. We thought we had a leak. I'll show you in a minute where I thought the leak was. But at this moment in time I'll show you where it is. So the main leak's actually right down near the borehole, which I need to sort all this housing out and build it up and what have you. And I'm going to put a frame on there at some point to hold filters and such like. But the actual pipe is broken here. Don't know whether I can show you that yet. It wasn't leaking as bad as this, but I wanted to see what the clamps were like on here and get a rough size. And what I did was I just moved the pipe and it just broke straight away. It's probably because it's close to the surface, and I thought this was the only pipe what there is, and I thought, yeah, it's daft place leaving it on the surface anyway. And I was going to do something about it and dig it in at some point, but when I've looked at this pipe, I don't actually know where this one goes, because there's another pipe here that goes underground. Now my thoughts are that one goes underground was the original pipe. It's broken at some point and somebody's added a new one in it, but then I don't know why they'd have put a Y on it. So I'm probably wrong there. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to see, but that one goes underground, this one goes surface. It's got an on-off tap on it. That looks like it's switched off actually. So that's probably the original pipe, now I think about it. Yeah, that valve does move, so maybe when I repair this piece of pipe, I'll maybe just make that in line. We'll have a look and see what this pipe does, because if it works, then I might be able to just put a pipe off that for a tap rather than going and getting a T-piece. So what I'm going to try and do at the moment is get these clamps undone and see if I can get this piece of pipe out the middle from there to there, and then I'll put a short piece of pipe in if I can do that as a temporary while we find out what's going on. If this doesn't go anywhere, and as I say, if I can use this as the pipe for the standpipe, it'll be great. So we'll see what happens there. So I've got the pipe pushed together as far as I can here and here. Got that clamp tightened. I've just realised this is a smaller size, so I'll just go and get something to tighten that up, and then we'll see if we've got any leaks anywhere. With this being a bit of old pipe, when I pushed the first bit on, it started to split there. Oh, sorry, there. So I've had to cut it off and just warm it up to get it on. A bit iffy in this sort of weather to be warming things up, but all this grass down here is absolutely soaked. In fact, there's puddles, so I'll just make sure I bring some water back down with me and pour it all over here as well, just to make sure it's out. You know, there's no fire, no chance of fire out like that. So that's my little repair done. I think it's successful, but this tap, what I was going to try, when I open that, it does have a leak round somewhere on this brass bit. I don't know whether it's actually from the tap or underneath in a joint here. I ain't too worried about that at the moment, because with the tap turned off it don't leak at all. It's getting very hot now, so I don't really want to be out here in the middle of nowhere doing this, so because there's no shade down here where I am, as you can probably see. So I've got the repair done, we've got water back on, and we'll need to look at this at some future date. I was hoping I was just going to come back today with an elbow and a tap and just join this up, put it on a standpipe, and I'd have water down here for use for watering the land, but at this moment in time I haven't. So yeah, what I might do is get some sort of stop tap for here, a new stop tap for here if I can't repair it, and then just bring a standpipe off here. I want to cover this up, and there is some tin down here what it's been covered up with before, so it's not very good. It's a bit of a silly idea really, but yeah, and then it had this stone just holding it in place, so we'll put it back to how it was. I really want to get this built up around here so we don't have this problem, because obviously sunlight on these pipes isn't any good for them. Yeah, I don't want to be chasing this all the time, so we'll maybe have some new pipe for down here. As I said, new pipe when we build a stop. So I said earlier about the water leak, that I thought it was from up here. So I dug this pipe out because I'd put joint in two of these pipes, and to be fair, one of the with the it being plastic onto steel pipes, I thought it might be where it's pitted and it hasn't sealed correctly. There is just a slight trickle. Oh no, it's not even a trickle. There's just a slight damp bit there. So I will do something about that while I'm in here. But I dug all this lot out to cure the leak, and it was the leak down the bottom. So we've got that down the bottom sorted at the moment anyway, until I get some new piping. So we'll just keep an eye on that in the meantime. So this morning, while we're just sat taking the view and it's hot, we're just starting to peel some of these corn cobs. Adelino says get some of them off, but I ain't sure if they're dry enough or whether they want to be any drier. All I'm doing is just rubbing them together. Any that fly is Dottie's, she thinks. She seems to be enjoying herself with them. It's a bit of a slow process, but we're getting through them. I did find one or two what seemed to be a bit drier, seem to peel off better, so maybe they need leaving another day or two.
If anybody's got any ideas of how to quickly peel the corn from the cobs, you should leave them in the comments below. That would be really helpful. Thank you. So I've just finished
stripping all the corn out from the cobs. Ellie Rose has done an awful lot of it. Debbie's had a go and I've had a go as well. We've got quite a good bucket full. I think when Adelino planted it last, when we helped Adelino plant it, he only had about a third of a bucket, so...
Rest will go for the chickens, yeah?
Yeah, rest will go for feed for the chickens. They like it crushed up a bit though, so...
We'll have to see if Adelino will lend us his machine again.
Yeah.
Our chickens won't eat it whole.
Dottie does.
Oh, Dottie does. Where is she?
She's hiding here. No, she's hiding down here because I've got corn.
Oh, what are you doing, Dottie?
She's trying to find corn what I've dropped.
You're waiting for the corn?
There's just 2 bits there. That's it, gone. Not having any more.
Go and do a wee-wees, Dottie. Very hot day again today. Just laid down over there. Don't think we're going to have a lot of success with the olives this year.
So I'm just getting back to finishing these gates and putting some wire in so Dottie can't get through, and I've just noticed this. It's quite a big one. He probably would have been really well camouflaged if he hadn't been on the blue post, because he put a branch in, you can hardly see him. Yeah, I think he's noticed I'm here because things are moving about. But, yeah, it's quite big.
We're just taking delivery of our first tractor. Hopefully our last. he's just going to show us how to take it off. Just undoing some
locking pins.
alright, locking pins, and they're just sitting in a little box under the seat. Nice.
As they see.
Sticking a bit.
Yeah. And a bit of grease, but she's right.
Yeah. I think he's just going to go get a tool. So that's the Fres down and off the tractor, and we also got a box.
Which we carried down.
Yeah, which they carried down. And it
was blooming hot. And he says, "Ever?" Yes, no, just hot because it's been in the sun all day. It was, ha! So
we're hoping that we're going to be able to use the box to help us get rid of this. Sorry, I can't see very well what I'm pointing at because of the sun. Our huge rubble pile, which Steve has already started on, but it's a long laborious job, so yeah, hopefully it'll help with that. So Steve just getting used to the controls on the tractor.
So just putting it away now. We've only just moved the equipment round here. We haven't got any big jobs to do at the moment. Just keep it out the sun a bit, and obviously rain if it rains, but I don't think it's going to do that for a few days. We'll use this probably a bit later to run up and down and take water down to the trees now instead of wheelbarrowing them and things like that. We've got a grass cutter and a box and some other bits and bobs, so they'll get used in future, which you'll see in future videos. So anyway, we're going to call that quits for this week, and we'll see you next week. Bye!